to faces, secret places, feel the chill. Gonna be, but you know the names I'm making still overseas. Could it be the hold of opening wide? A sacred vibe, a mystery keeping inside. The weekend's wide until we dance into the fire. Like little kids is all we need. Dance into the fire. To fatal sounds of broken dreams. Dance into the fire. Like little kids is all we need. Dance into the fire. Standing still. Crystal tears fall as snowflakes on your body. It's time and years to drench your skin with lover's rosy stain. A chance to find the feelings for the flame. A chance to die. When can we dance into the fire? That little kiss is all we need. Dance into the fire. To fatal sounds of broken dreams. Dance into the fire. Welcome to the live stream, buddies. You can comment on my live chat. typing.
When you would be here in my arms, waiting for tonight. Oh, I've dreamed of this love for so long, waiting for tonight. Oh, when you would
I gotta go sit with all the. All these goddamn movie drivers, man. Indians don't know how to play. Back to wrestling talk.
Watched it and you were 100% right, dude. I thank you for that recommendation. I downloaded a whole bunch of matches. Thank you, John.
Awesome. Real quick, to circle back, before I want to talk about Jay real quick, if I can get 8 seconds on Reed. You're saying that the Bloodline 2.0 stuff was forgettable, but look who was on the other side of it. Roman and Punk. Who are the guys that are coming after Rollins? Punk now, Roman eventually. If that guy did what he did to Rollins, Rollins is probably thinking, and I know they have to explain this, he could do that to Punk, and he could do that eventually to Roman. So that might be a tie there to bring it all together.
If you wanted to go that route, you could do that, John. I just feel like, John, if they were going to do that, they would have done it last night. That's how I feel.
And I think that's the June 9th payoff. I think that June 9th, and now to get to Jay real quick, Bully, you had said earlier this morning, Jay feels like the guy who won the title. He doesn't feel like the champion. My original point for calling in is he's got like 3 or 4 guys coming for him. You don't have regular mid-card guys dealing with that stuff. Your champion deals with that.
To the top, Tommy. And I think now there's going to be more opportunities for a lot of people on both sides, the men and women's division in NXT. We talked a lot about JC Jane. I think JC Jane has been very, very underrated, and now you're going to see a hell of a lot more of her in the ring and hear a lot more of her on the microphone with that championship title around her waist, Tommy. Stephanie Becerra, the future is, do you think after that loss last night that she's moving to the main roster? Speculation is that she's moving to Monday Night Raw.
You have to say, where do these women fit? You really do. I mean, she could definitely show up and have this awesome stare down with Rhea Ripley. and you're gonna be like, oh my god, this is another dream match that can happen. Whether you want her as a heel, whether you want her as a babyface, I feel she's already a mega star babyface, and you put that WWE Monday Night Raw machine behind her, that's a thing. But when I say fitting, think of the roster they already have up there. I mean, honestly, maybe during the commercial break, we go to the rosters and be like, where do you fit? Because it's that Dave, I've been saying this since NXT. Be happy where you are. You're on broadcast television. You're getting a push because you have to kind of find your way once you get up there. And think of the amount of successes that have been up there. Think of also how many people are no longer even with the company after they got called up. It's a thing. And how you navigate those waters, sometimes they're not even in your hands. But to answer your question, think if Jordan Gray shows up on the main roster. I mean, everybody, as soon as, it's funny, like as soon as Paul Heyman's group got put together, everyone's like, oh, where's the third person? Like, why do they need a third? Obviously, they have one. But for this, just because somebody loses doesn't mean right away they have to go somewhere.
Agree.
We could all suffer a loss and still stay on the same team.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think everybody sees a wrestler drop a championship on NXT and they automatically assume, all right, they're going to the main roster. We'll get into Ricky Starks and Ethan Page, another championship title that changed hands last night. But I'm not 100% sure. But with you, Stephanie Vaquer is special. You know, Thunder and I went on a rant yesterday about like a lot of people saying, well, she's not ready for the main roster because she doesn't have a complete grasp of the styles. Kind of went on a rant last week where I dropped, I think, a record 8 F-bombs in one sentence last week when it came to that, because that doesn't matter. Language barrier doesn't matter when you're able to capture an audience and capture emotions in your heart. Stephanie's been able to do that. I don't think that's going to be an issue or a problem at all on the main roster. She's so freaking good. But I feel like you have to continue this story. I would love to see Jacy Jane and Stephanie Vaquer back in the ring together. And you're right, if she's going to go to the main roster, you better have a story in place for somebody like Stephanie Vaquer.
I found it weird. I thought Jordan Grace would have stepped up and been her partner for When Worlds Collide. And I was
choice for them. Coming next, hip hop, Run DMC.
Hi, Virginia.
We all come out in terminal one and we just everybody's heading to the front door.
Yeah, no problem.
Please use your seatbelt for your safety.
How you guys doing? Yeah, you have to come down to Torquay. Yeah, you always gotta come down to the basement for Uber pickup. Or else they give us a ticket if we go up there.
Oh, okay.
It's mainly only for the taxis up there, right?
Yeah,
The limousine.
yeah, limousine taxis that no one uses. Not anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
Just start giving that spot to us or something.
Yeah, that should.
Did you know that one lane get back over? See all these Uber drivers struggling with picking up lifting up suitcases. I'm like, hit the gym a little bit, you know?
Right. You look tired. You got some sleep, but you don't get some.
Back to the right hand.
Right on some.
Where are you guys going from?
Grenada.
And they drive on the opposite side of the road?
Yeah, so I've been driving there for a week on the opposite side, so it's gonna be very awkward for me the first day.
Yeah. It's so weird.
That was hard enough already.
Yeah.
Trying to drive on the left side.
Yeah. I don't know why they drive on the left side. It's kind of weird.
because it's been under the British, right?
Yeah. I think British people don't know how to drive. That's weird because we were also under the British ruling, but we stayed normal.
You can take a day or two from British. Get back. Because I'm just looking at the steering wheel and I feel in my head feel awkward.
It's on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Looks like, oh, you forgot. That's not that. It's only been a week. Everything was over. Everything was right. Is that time right? Is it 10:30?
Yeah, it's close to 10.
Oh, see the time? Remember, we thought that we got up earlier.
At least you live close.
Yeah, not too far. Yep.
Do you have to go back in the queue again?
Yeah, but since it was a small drop off, I'm
Going right
I become priority.
Oh, okay.
So if you do like a small trip, you become priority. You go back.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Back?
Yeah, no.
That's actually pretty quick.
Yeah.
Close.
I got all the green lights
Oh,
right here.
yeah.
Wait a minute, come here. Just a bit.
Yeah.
Front the door there.
No. Sorry, I didn't know. I can't see the doors.
Thank you so much.
Hey, no problem. This should be open. You're welcome. Have a good one.
You too.
can't grab them my balls, so they always keep asking the same fucking questions.
Jade and Stephanie Vergara back in the ring together. And you're right. If she's gonna go to the main roster, you better have a story in place for somebody like Stephanie Vergara.
I found it weird. I thought Jordan Grace would have stepped up and been her partner for When Worlds Collide. And I was just like, where does this leave Jordan?
Yeah.
Or if you think about Stephanie can't overcome all of these other women because, you know, there's 3 against 1. If Jordan helps her, and then it's like, hey, I'll help you get your title shot back, but guess what? After that, I want a rematch. That's Rocky Apollo. And it could work. Because again, what you said, and it went over my head until you brought it up, about the announcers talking about, even Jordan Grace tweeted about it. It's like, yeah, I kind of loosened her up for it.
And they told that story within the body of the match, and that's the thing. Plus, let's face it, JC Jane didn't exactly win that match, 100% clean. I mean, there was a lot of shenanigans going on outside the ring. And watching that match again, Tommy, and I wonder if they'll go back to it. Stephanie had a chance to win that match last night. She didn't go for the cover. JC Jane was out. She had a chance, and she went back to do more offense, and that's when you first saw Fallon Henley go to that ring apron. If Stephanie would have gone for the cover, she would have gotten the 3 count, and she would have retained that championship. Stephanie got cocky in that match, and I'm wondering if that's going to be a bit of a story. Because if you go back and look, yes, JC Jane beat her, but in essence, Stephanie Vergara beat herself. She got a little cocky, and it cost her the title.
Dave, you're 100% correct. 2 things from the athlete's point of view. Yes, I'm 54 years old. I wrestled twice on Sunday, and I flew home Monday. I wanted to do cardio. I got on the machine, and my legs were trembling. And I was like, crap, I can't do cardio today. When they say you don't have your legs underneath you, I used to feel that way almost after the end of every ECW show, because I was in battles. Stephanie and Jordan were in a battle, and that was on Sunday. We have Monday, and then we have Tuesday. That's the one thing. The other thing, I remember this because as we're talking, we watched the 3 of them, JC Jane, Jasmine Nix, and Fallon, wrestle. We were on the stage at Rebellion, and they wrestled Xia Li, Rosemary, and Lei Ling Yi, Xia Brookside, and Rosemary. And we sat there and watched it. I remember you leaning back and going, wow, because of what the group was doing. And when they won, we all gave them, this is all off camera, like, great job, because we were so impressed by them. And this is me and you just sitting back. Yes, we have a relationship with them, but we sat back as, like, the closer we looked, and we're like, man, there was no holes in these women's game. And now that you're the champ, it's going to be even bigger for that group. And when I say group, that's key. Because if you work together as a whole, as a group, you could take over. Think of what the Shield did. And yes, they had championship aspirations. Of course, once you break up, there's more, but think of also when you have this group together, what they could do. It's a something.
No, it's definitely something. And, like, there's a lot of stories with Stephanie where it's like, man, I want to see her back in the ring with JC Jane. You know, she wasn't at 100%. She got cocky at the end of the match. There was outside interference. I just feel like Stephanie being, all right, I dropped the title, and then they just put her on the main roster. Like, no, I kind of... Now, if it was a dominant performance by JC Jane, and she won clean, and then this is Stephanie Vergara going on to the main roster, I could buy it a little bit more. There's so much more meat on the bone right now, Tommy. I'm very, very interested to see where they go next. All right, 877-344-4893, 877-FIGHT-93. Calls are coming in that want to talk NXT. So what do you say that we go to the callers for a first time here on a Wednesday morning?
I look forward to it.
All right, let's go to Tyler in Georgia. What's going on, Tyler?
Hey, Dave, Tommy, big fans. Love you guys. And trust and believe me when it comes to the NXT stuff since Triple H way back in the black and gold days. I expect excellence every single week. And I get just about excellence every single week. And the shock from these title wins was crazy. Not so much for Ethan Page. I thought that was a possibility because they have faith in him. So I thought he's going to get another title run well before he ever gets to the main roster. Stephanie Vaquer, though, she can definitely go up to the main roster. Let's remember, they gave her the Keith Lee treatment of 2 titles well before she was acclimated to the English language. So trust and believe, she'll prosper. She'll be fine. She'll do great things, and I can't wait to see it. And NXT 100% is a revolving door. So you know there's going to be greatness coming, and there's greatness going. Also, just a quick little shout out. Jasper Troy, oh, he's going to be insane in just a little bit of time. He's going to be crazy. I love seeing that boy, the physicality, the emotion he's showing, and the fact that they started him off with, I can't wait to see this.
And that was really cool at the end of that matchup. Like Oban basically saying, I'm not even going to give you 5 seconds to enjoy your first victory before making that threat. And Tyler, great call. And Tyler, you just said something, and I appreciate the call. Thanks so much. Tyler said something very, very interesting, Tommy, in that it is a revolving door. I forget that at times, Tommy, because I'm so into what they do on a weekly basis. I don't watch NXT to be like, all right, well, when's Stephanie Vaquer going to move to the main roster? Or when is Ricky I kind of get so into the stories, and I've always said that probably the best show that has the best storytelling may be NXT on Tuesday nights. And it's so good that I don't look at it, or times I forget that this is just a developmental show.
I do not view NXT as a developmental show. I view it as a third brand, and I view it as smaller market brand in the sense of, hey, we love, if you look at, the playoffs, Pacers, I hate to say this, but it could be Pacers and Oklahoma. And those are 2 small market teams, but they're about to head to the championship, So is it exciting? Yeah, because look at the stars that they have in the NBA, but look at the stars that they are developing. And when they could get called up at any time is one thing, but it's a brand that's exciting. Dude.
Are you saying, so wait, hold on really quick, Tommy. So what you're saying is like for the Pacers and for the team from Oklahoma, I don't know what they are, the
Thunder.
The Lightning? Okay. So I'm not an NBA, I'm not a basketball
Thunder and
guy.
Lightning are
Ever
tag
since
team in WCW. You're crazy.
when the Nets moved from New Jersey, I stopped watching.
Yep. Been a while.
So what you're saying is like a team, like if you're a star on the Pacers, because they're small market, that most likely because it's a small market team, they're going to move on to a big market team?
No. Yes and no. I'm talking about like these guys were developed within their own system, and a small market is Indiana, though they have larger fans, though they haven't won yet, and let's go next. But Oklahoma, smaller market. They used to be the Seattle Supersonics, but they're about, they have all these pretty much.
What do you keep on canceling for?
Fuck sakes, man. When you do win a championship, or when you show that you're this great person in Oklahoma, once your contract's up, guess what? The Lakers, the Celtics, the Knicks, they usually come a-knocking, and they want your services. So It's just something, that's how I kind of view it, like top stars in the industry, but they're playing the smaller marketplace.
All right, I want to get more into this conversation. Definitely want to go back out to the Busted Open Nation. We had another title that changed hands. Ethan Page, your new North American champion. Want to get into that. Also, Rick Derringer passed. News broke yesterday, right about the time we were going off the air. So I want to talk about him and his influence on the world of the WWF. The King Josh V is going to join us later on, not only to talk some Rick Derringer and pro wrestling entrance themes, but also Josh is a native New Orleans resident, and I want to get his take on WrestleMania 42 no longer being in New Orleans. So a lot to get into, a lot to talk about when Tommy and I are back right here on Busted Open. Back here on Busted Open, Dave LaGreca, Tommy Dreamer. We got to get into Ricky Starks and Ethan Page. We got to get into the face-off between Mike Santana and Trick Williams. And then, of course, we got to give major props to Rick Derringer. The King Josh V is going to join us later on in the show, Tommy. But we got a lot of Nation members that want to talk about the shock and surprise of NXT last night. Are you ready to go back out to the Busted Open Nation?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go out to JJ in New Jersey. What's going on, JJ?
What's up, Busted Open family? Hope you guys are doing well today. Been watching wrestling for close to 30 years. I've seen some shocking moments, and you know, when I watch wrestling, I like to watch it as a kid, with a kid mindset, right? I want to be shocked, I want to be awed, I don't want to focus on movesets and critical things going on. I just want to have a good time watching it, and the JC Jane match was shocking for me because what sold it for me was the reactions from the ring announcer. I forgot his name, and I do apologize. When
Jim Rome. I get Jim Rome. Mike Rome.
Mike Rome.
Mike Rome, thank you. He was jaw dropped, and the guy next to him had to tap him to just remind him to announce the winner. Afterwards, I was like, that was really cool. Like, I've never seen anything like that before. And then the reactions of the crowd and so forth. So that's the first part, and then the second part was just the opening segment with Ricky and Ethan Page. I thought it was so cool. They just went right into a brawl, the security breakup, and I thought it was just a unique way to open up that match. And again, shock and awe.
I loved it. And JJ, you're so right. I mean, listen, JJ, and I had this conversation with Bully, but he was hungover, so it didn't take. Last weekend got me back 100% invested in pro wrestling, Tommy. Like, seriously, like, there's been a bit of a lull. There's definitely been, talking about hangovers, a WrestleMania hangover.
We're all here waiting.
But when you look at starting off with Friday night with TNA, Saturday, what we saw on Saturday with Saturday night's main event, and then Battleground and Double or Nothing on Sunday, Tommy, I couldn't wait for this week. I couldn't wait to hear from Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw, though they dropped the ball with that segment. I couldn't wait for NXT last night. They definitely didn't drop the ball. They ran it in for a touchdown. Can't wait for Dynamite tonight. Can't wait for TNA tomorrow night. And I can't wait for Cody on SmackDown on Friday. Both Cody and John Cena will be on the show.
When you're wearing the house, I'm grabbing my hair and I'm tearing it out. It's driving me crazy. I can't take it. I'm racing, I'm pacing, I stand and I sit, and I'm thankful for every fan that I get. But I can't take a shit in the bathroom without someone standing by it. You know I won't sign you on a graph.
Federico.
Asshole, I'm glad 'cause I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? In the paper, the news, every day I am. Radio,
No, it's not. It's not.
Cause I am whatever you say
It's an
I
excellent.
am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am? In the paper, the news, every day
Chatting
I
to
am.
fucking area. This is what. Shut up. Somebody cancel.
Used to be my own, now you act like you don't know me. It's a case of divide and conquer, cause you let it shoot you. House nigga got a running high. Yelling Compton, but you moved to Riverside. So don't front. MC ran, cause I remember when you drove a B210. Broke as a motherfucking joke. Let you on the scene and back up the first team. It ain't my fault. One nigga got smart and they ripping your asshole apart. By taking your grin, oh yeah. The villain does get fucked with no Vaseline. I never have dinner with the president. I never have dinner with the president. I never have dinner with the president. And when I see your ass again, I'll be hesitant. Now I think you a snitch. Throw a house nigga in a ditch. Half pipe bitch. Fucking your homeboys, you little maggot. Easy E turn faggot. With your manager, fellas. Fucking MC Red, Dr. Dre, and yeah. But if there was more than free, have some lean. Just a match and a little bit of gasoline. Light 'em up, burn 'em up, flame more. So that Jerry Curl is gone. On a permanent vacation, off the massive plantation. Heard your both got the same bank account, dumb nigga. What you thinking about? Get rid of that devil, real simple. Put a bullet in his temple. Cause you can't be a nigga for life, crew. With a white Jew telling you what to do. Pulling wheels with your skin. Now I gotta play the silence of the land. With a mission who's a punk too. Trying to fuck me, but I'd rather fuck you. Eric White, punk, always into something. Getting fucked at night by Mr. Shit Packer. Bend over for the goddamn cracker, no Vaseline.
Finishing up there with Ice Cube. Coming next, we're jumping back to 2022. Got some of your favorite songs from the year.
That much. Five.
Yeah, you may have all you want, baby, but I got something you need. Oh yeah, tell me about love. My love is right to the core. Tell me about love, just like I told you before. Yeah, before you know you seem like good looking. In on the streets again. Oh yeah, you think you're really cooking, baby. You better find yourself a friend. My friend, tell me about love. My love is right to the core. Tell me about love, just like I told you before. Before. Just like I told you before, I've been to the edge. There I stood and looked down. You know I lost a lot of friends there, baby. I got no time to mess around. So if you only got to bleed, boy, baby. Yeah, got to bleed, baby. You got to bleed, baby. Got to bleed, baby. Love is right to the core. It's talking about love, just like I told you before. It's talking about love. Talking about love. Look at them yo-yos, that's the way you do it. Play the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working, that's the way you do it. Money for nothing and you choose for free. Now that ain't working, that's the way you do it. Let me tell you, damn guys ain't done. Maybe get a pistol on your little finger. Maybe get a blister on your thumb. We got to install microwave ovens, custom kitchen deliveries. We got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs. A little faggot with a ear in the mic. Yeah, buddy, that's his own. Yeah. The little faggot got his own jet plane. The little faggot is a millionaire. We got to install microwave ovens, custom kitchen deliveries. We got to move these refrigerators. We got to move these color TVs.
Sorry, just a second.
No problem.
You can? Yeah, even in the elevator. Your other name, right? On the, so then you have to go up to your room. Did you ever call the car company? And did they give you the same thing? I decided not renting cars anymore. National. I know. Anyway, Evan just texted me to ask when I was going to be home. Guess he wants to go to bed. So I should be there at 11:20. Are you in the elevator? Yeah, the flight's fine actually. Brand new plane coming back strong. A little commuter, but it was fine. It was like a two and two small plane. Flight to Charlotte was really bumpy. Landing. Really. You wouldn't have liked it at all. Yeah. How was Brendan at dinner? Yeah, like he seems all right. Like his wasn't the only team to struggle. Vanderbilt got knocked out. Like Vanderbilt, they're the number 1 seed. Georgia Tech got knocked out. Georgia got knocked out. Like, yeah, I know. Yeah. Crazy. How strong, like, these mid-majors are. You know, any day, anybody can beat anybody. And no, I was about to watch it, and I was on the plane. I heard he was really heated. About his players, or about what? Oh. Like, what were they asking? Wright State. Right, the SEC's getting taken down a notch, right? Like Texas got beat by UTSA. I don't know how they're doing today. Like, with all the SEC teams falling away, LSU started really good as the favorite to win it if they get through. Yeah. Anyway, I'm glad B was in good spirits. Like, you know, it's always hard to know with him, right? And did he talk any more about Cape Cod? At all? So could he report like July 1st? And like just go for July. It's July to August 3rd. I mean, it would be home for almost a month. It's only June 1st. Like even 3 weeks. Then the season doesn't start till June 15th. He could, you know, say he's getting some medical appointments and report a week late, or you know, but like, it's gonna get bored. You know, what's gonna do? At home for 3 or 4 weeks. You know, like it's weird not playing baseball in the summer. I get he's had a college season, but you know, I think he needs to go. You know, I just cannot believe he doesn't work out. I know he wants to go home. It's upset. But it's weird to be homesick when the thing you want to do is that's supposed to be most important to you is out there, you know. Being a baseball player? You don't think, what do you think? He's not going to want to pursue it? No, I know that, but if he wants to do it next as a pro ball player, he can't just take the summer. Like, that's not his life. Like, he's not his buddies who are painting jobs and stuff. He wants Florida wants him to go, yeah. If he wants to be back on the left side of the infield, he needs to go have a summer where he gets to get some reps. Being a third baseman, being a shortstop. Not just wait until the fall to start being a third baseman or shortstop. You know what I mean? Anyway, if he tries to talk his way out of it and get out of it altogether, like I get he needs a couple weeks of holiday, but if he was in the minors right now, he'll go home this summer, and he would have started they start their seasons in February in spring training, and they go all the way through Labor Day, and then they go to the complex for the fall, and they come home after Thanksgiving. He's kind of like sick of it. Go play baseball, do the thing that he's trying to get better at. You know, he's like they're complaining about it. It's like I get it, you're tired. It's been a long year. People don't get summer off from their job. Well, okay, come on and see if you can report for July, but it's just not really supporting this things. I don't think that that's actually going to happen. Anyway, did you talk about Asia at all? Because he was kind of saying he didn't want to talk about it last night, but I wonder if it's like a him and you conversation. Okay. How was dinner? Where'd you go? Yeah. Oh, you went out there. You did end up going out there. Was it nice? Like the area? But you were on the water. So it wasn't worth going out to. Yeah. Well, there's no other good restaurants around here, so. And how? So you went to a place with live music? Were they good? Did you like the music at least? Oh, good. So like, like boneless wings and French fries. Like, he's talking about wanting to eat clean and he gets boneless wings and French fries. Oh my goodness. No, but I mean, really, like, he wonders, you know, boneless. I'd rather than have steak and potatoes and vegetables. That shit. Anyway, but you liked yours, yeah. You at least had, was it like puppy, like, or was it? Oh, there was a place called the Saloon, something Saloon. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Something dog saloon. Sunday, right? The what? Like just the players? Oh my gosh. You know that woman crying was Pierce's mom. It was Pierce's mom who was crying after the game. Because he's done. Like he's done with Florida. That was the way his career ended. Like really more than he's graduated. No, Pierce is a grad. Like he's you think Sully's gonna have him back? Better give Sully some money because he's got to go in the portal and get 6 pitchers, you know, and yeah, well, yeah, it's tough for these guys in the portal. Like Tennessee's got more money than he has. That's why they lost, what's his name? The lefty, Liam Doyle and Fisher. And look what happens. Fisher ends up leading the SEC in home runs. And Doyle is Doyle. But Sully couldn't match the money of it. They probably gave those guys north of $300,000 each. I don't know if that's going to mean more money for Florida, but it should. I mean, Sully's again. So the players were just there by themselves. They weren't with his parents or anything. Because right. Well, there probably wasn't a lot of options, right? Like there really isn't a lot of good options in that area. I'm sure it's really nice in the day. what's their schedule for tomorrow? Like, when does he have? Oh, okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's it. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So what's he think about ET, like, departure? Friday? Thursday? Oh, it's just the house on the left here with the two cars.
Okay.
Here's good. Here's good. You can just let me out here.
No problem.
Okay. Oh, I'm just getting out of the car too. Thanks so much.
No problem.
Good day. Me too.
Jamie and Mama.
Closing out strong with Leonard Skinner. Oh, now I'm bringing some serious energy to the table. Motley Crue first. Try to keep up.
It's not supposed to be a stop sign, it should be yield. both have pretty good.
About the same, right? Okay, come here.
Or no, it's just more.
Wait.
Let me see if I could put the seat back.
Next one, thank you. It's okay then. Just leave it. Just let it go. And squeeze it. Can you get your seatbelt on?
You have a lot of room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you just put the light on so I can see the seatbelts?
Yep.
Thank you. Oh, I was really wrong. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. Right.
Other Uber drop off?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No problem.
Talk to me. Come on, please. Thank you.
Hey, no problem. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Seat back a little bit. I'm really tired though. I'm supposed to shave my head.
Cena will be on the show Friday for SmackDown. Like, dude, like, fuck WrestleMania, you know, fuck the hangover. It's a new season. We're getting ready for Money in the Bank. We're getting ready for All In. Man, this is an exciting time once again to be a pro wrestling fan.
It's funny you said that. I said the same exact thing. 2 nights in Brampton were over 3,000 the first night. Second day, it was a day show. I didn't even realize it was a day show, which is actually funnier because of me. But we have a day show, and 2,800 people are there for the day show. And then I'm also like, oh, cool, we have a show tomorrow. And the show tomorrow in Niagara Falls was a cool, little it was supposed to be different, but everybody there had such a great time. Then, Dave, I drive back from Niagara to Brampton, and in the lobby, there was 40 TNA staff as well as wrestlers watching Battleground. And as I walk up, because normally after shows, everybody's just hanging out in the lobby, either, getting food or whatever. And I'm like, holy crap, everybody's watching wrestling. And it made me so happy. And then when the finish happened with Trick and Joe, again, shock and awe. And people were looking at me for answers. And I was like, what the hell you want from me?
Yeah, it's true.
But then I remember, I was like, man, I want to see what happened at Saturday night's main event. I want to see what happened with Double or Nothing. And I had just wrestled twice, and what do I want to do? I want to see more wrestling. And I literally start going from my hotel room, because that show ended kind of early too. I started watching Battleground, and I had to finish it up the next day, but it was my off day. And what am I doing on my off day? Wrestling, because it's an exciting time.
It really is an exciting time, and I think that weekend was one of the best weekends that I can remember in pro wrestling. And it's hard, I know, and it's kind of out there, and it's a tough one. What was the better show? Saturday night's main event, Battleground, Double or Nothing. There's so many great shows. It's hard. It really was, and I thought every company brought their A game.
I agree. The other part of all this, Ricky Saints, Ethan Page, no one's saying who's getting called up, or no one's saying oh, they're going to bring Ricky Saints to the main roster. I was like, how come it's the one way but it's not the other?
I think because when you look at Stephanie Vaquer, I think her time with NXT has shown what a big. Not that Ethan Page or Ricky Starks aren't stars.
I get it. I'm just talking about the noise.
Oh, I get it. Well, listen, we got the nation. We're going to go back out to the nation. 877-344-4893, 877-FIGHT-93. We got to get into Ricky Starks and Ethan Page. And we got to get into Mike Santana and Trick Williams. We're talking NXT with the nation. Give us a call. We'll continue when Tommy and I are back right here on Busted Open.
Joe Hendry. Say his name and he appears. This is Joe Hendry, and you are listening to Busted Open Radio. Ethan Page snapped the top rope into the throat of the champion. And now Page, bam! Oh, yes, that's it. Saints into the cupboard. Oh, my. Here's your winner, and the new NXT North American champion, All Ego, Ethan Page.
Back here on Busted Open, Dave LaGreca, Tommy Dreamer. We got to get All Ego Ethan Page on the show. We got to get JC Jane on the show. I know Paul's working on it now, but we got to get them on the show after what we saw last night. And, it kind of gets overshadowed a little bit because of the shock of Stephanie Vaquer dropping that title to JC Jane last night. But I did not see Ethan Page beating Ricky Starks either. And a lot of commotion at the beginning of that show. It starts with shenanigans. And then obviously Ethan Page targets that neck and that throat. And that's exactly why he picked up the victory last night and is now your new North American champion.
Great match, great fight, great brawl, great physicality. At the end of the day, Ethan Page wins it. Another person, Dave, we sat ringside, or you watched at Rebellion and you saw him in the main event, and you were just like, man, he's a main event player. He's been in the main event scene. This is a great boost for him. And Ricky Saints, see where his recovery is. This is your first loss, really, since you've been there. How do you rebuild yourself to get to the, where you want to go? And honestly, we're talking about, obviously, everyone wants to be the champ there. Obafemi, is the ruler. Obviously, he's going to be going with Jasper Troy. Oba is becoming very more heelish than anything. But yet the people still cheer for him. I'm a big Obafemi mark, but you also, when we talk about the future, you saw a glimpse of what Miles Bourne could bring, and also last night you saw a bigger glimpse of what Tavion Heights could bring as singles. I really do think they are the next players to step up. Even, I'm a big fan of him, Dante Chen. He went in there, had, a match to help get a newer guy over, but he was still doing it in front of an audience that hasn't seen the guy in a long time. He's someone that I think either needs to go away or get over on Evolve to come back to the main roster, because from his entrance, the people will be behind it. There's places you can go with everybody, but when you have all these men and women that are the next level to break out, when you're, I saw it 100% in Tavion Heights, and then I follow him on social media, and I saw what he did in Japan. I was like, if this guy left WWE, he would be a massive star in Japan. No doubt. Could help New Japan with their business if he wanted it, because he's a legit wrestler, how he's moving, what he's done in NXT. I think, especially with that one match that he had with Mike Santana, showed how talented he is, just like Miles Bourne. They both stood out. And how do you stand out in a world of great wrestlers by doing exactly what you just did?
Yeah, and going back to Ethan Page and Ricky Starks, again, a surprise, the brawl at that beginning, targeting the throat, Tommy, and then that twist of fate onto the legs of the chair outside the ring. Dude, that was incredible. That was one of those things that was jarring to see. Again, commentators sold it well, kind of shocked the audience too. And again, smart. What we saw at the beginning of that match and the violence at that beginning of the match led to the end and the victory by Ethan Page. Perfectly done from beginning to end. And now we have Ethan Page as your North American champion. And Ethan Page has showed that as a heel and as a top heel, especially as a champion, it's going to make for some great TV.
I hope Ricky Saints goes to another RS, Ricky Steamboat, and he has to learn how to talk again. He's a savage.
But see, when something is done as right as that time, and by the way, great job. It's memorable. It's memorable. Last night's show wasn't what I would say, all right, surprise and shock for the sake of surprise and shock. I think those moments are going to be memorable moments that we're going to remember. And I think, I definitely think that last night's show was without a doubt the best episode of NXT since they got away from the black and gold brand, from NXT 2.0 to this new era of NXT. And again, and outside of, takeovers and PLEs or special takeovers that were on episodes of NXT, this might have been the best episode of NXT, period, last night, Tommy.
If you looked at Battleground, compelling television, weekly episodic television. If you missed Battleground, you should go and watch it. But if you missed Battleground, that opening package showed you everything that happened, and in out of order, the last one was Ethan Page and Ricky Starks, and Ricky Saints, and then went into their match. If you think about that, telling the fans, oh, just in case you missed, we're keeping you up to date about this. Every main story that was a bigger factor was touched upon on this episode. Because remember, you also have to promote, oh, we have this guy's debut, and oh, by the way, we have next week, and oh, by the way, we have Money in the Bank, and I guess Great American Bash is the next one. But all these moving parts, they put buttons on most of it. Oba beats the guy, he needs a new challenger.
Worlds collide.
Boom, here's his new person he's going to come after. Miles Bourne, they talked about, even though you lost, and then it goes to, well, maybe if I just beat you and break away from this group. We had nothing from Joe Hendry. You don't work here. Plus, he lost. Nothing from Jordan Grace. She lost. Where do you go from there? The champ has to continue that walk through to the ring with all the women who are all number one contenders, really, and eyeing the prize. That is very, very much real. To the point of kept me interested in a feud I'm not really interested in, the D'Angelo family. Where were you? Didn't you just show up and just stare at me? Nah, this isn't feeling right. Why didn't you call? This girl's phone, the phone's not connected. All these things that they're saying are true. But you watch that, and the insert of other people helped make this show great. But
I agree.
Honestly, we've talked about this. When we talked about the Bloodline greatest story ever told, there was no beats ever missed. And once you start having beats that are missed, you said it, WrestleMania for you is now finally, thank God, gone. Because of this weekend. But it took a while for you to get there because of holes in the story of where we got. Yeah. Which is cool that you're able to finally let something go. It's hard.
Yeah, no, it is, but also you have to. It is hard for me to let some things go, but also I'm open to get invested in something, and they gave us a lot to be invested in. All right, going back to Ethan Page and Ricky Starks, a lot of people talking about Stephanie Vaquer moving up to the main roster. You start to speculate now with Ricky Starks, and this was like not a long run for Ricky Starks as your North American champion. Do you think Ricky Starks may be moving to the main roster? And do you see Ricky Starks as a good fit for the main roster?
I think he still has to learn the WWE system. Mm-hmm. I think he needs to be in NXT a little longer. Maybe also him and Oba. And if you want to be, honestly, he's the ruler. The next person to beat Oba is taking over NXT. Who that person is, I don't know. Because I also got the vibe last night of Trick. It feels right with Trick being a champion in NXT. And I feel like Trick is the main guy now, not Oba. And it's another... I'm sorry.
No, because I want to get into that, but...
I know, but if you talk about how many times would we be saying Trick's going to get called up, and he's still here, and now it's a whole other career within NXT. If there was anyone to get called up, it was going to be Trick. That's why I say I like the noise where everyone speculates.
Shalom!
Doesn't necessarily mean they have to leave.
True. When you say that with Ricky Starks, that he still has to learn the WWE, how different is it in the world of the WWE from another company? Because like when you say like he's got to learn the quote unquote WWE way, like kind of define for me and the listeners what the WWE way is.
I am not in that system. However, if you watch, I can tell you from me going to ECW to WWE, it was a whole new universe. Number one, everyone was bigger. And you're having to redesign your matches. And okay, how do you get this ECW? I didn't have time constraints. Now you have time constraints because of television. Okay, your entrance is how long? A minute. Cool. What if you're wrestling at a larger venue? Look how Saturday night's main event, look how longer that entrance was. Factor in that into your match. These are all things that you have to think of when you're working in another company. Think of if you're NXT. how much shorter it is to get to the ring because of actual space. So if I'm an NXT brand and I have this, I say this as I'm walking to the ring or blah, 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 and I have an in-ring promo, it's only going to take me 20 seconds to 25 seconds to get to the ring. In WWE, it's going to maybe take me a minute to a minute 30. Where does that go? Those are some examples. And why I say it's like, you have to get these reps, because listen, if you watch Saturday night's main event, the moment Cody got off his line, they went dark, because you're on network television, and he almost missed it. If you watch NXT is a faster product, as well as they don't really acknowledge the fans that much. When the fans start chanting, Trick was talking over, but he made it part of his promo. When you're a top person, they let you talk over the fan. They let you take in the fans. Why? Because of TV time, and it's kind of dead air. But I love when, specifically TNA, when the fans are going crazy for a talent, I say let it go. But then you have to think about, well, we were just in Brampton, and the fans started singing the Canadian national anthem during two people's match. The Canadian national anthem, when fans are singing it, it's 2 minutes. And the wrestler stood there and let it happen. And then it's like, you realize you just lost 2 minutes of your match. And they were like, what the hell happened? What happened? And you stopped and let fans sing the national anthem. That's what happened. Because you're screaming, hey, it's time to go. In the WWE, if you let that happen and you go over, there's bigger ramifications. But it's all again, different systems, dude. And you know this, Dave. You've covered the NFL. I'm in a running back system. Well, we have great running backs, ground and pound. Okay, well, we have a passing. Or remember when the Wildcat was a thing? We're in the Wildcat system. Or even with basketball, Mike D'Antoni, if I said his name correctly, when he had the Suns, it was this pass game, and some of the players couldn't do it because it's non-stop motion. So it's just a different system, and that's also, Dave, why there's other people. If you look at times in NXT, it's go, go, go. In WWE,